Good afternoon, traders. It is Tuesday, November 18th, 2014, and the U.S. stock market is closed. I was complaining yesterday, I was whining yesterday, I was crying yesterday, and again, things just kind of turned around. I mean, it wasn't a great day today, but it was sure better than yesterday. What happened today? Well, we had over $6,000 in losing trades yesterday on only 5 positions, and I was just sick about that. We had what we closed out was negative, and then to have on top of a negative closeout trades to have over $6,000 losses, that really hurts. And though normally those losses never get better, and that's why I'm looking at 6,000 probably going to 10,000 today. Well, thank goodness it didn't happen. Today, those 6,000 position or $6,000 in losses actually would have gone to a small profit. We did close out negative $2,000 today, but one of those 5 positions was an InvenSense, and we're carrying that into another day, and that was nearly $3,000. So if we added that to the 5 total from yesterday, it actually would be positive. So it's truly amazing to have 5 losing positions, all of them negative, and then have that turn around and go positive. But that is what happened today. So I'm very happy about that. Now, we are carrying $4,000 positive going into tomorrow. Now, normally I feel pretty good about that, but let me tell you something. I'm shaking in my boots because this, it seems like we have one good day and then a bad day, a good day and a bad day, and the bad days pretty much cancel out all the good and add a little more bad to it. That's the way things have been going, why I've gotten so pessimistic about this whole process. What we have tomorrow, we have 23 positions on today. Dow really took off, made new record highs again, backed off at the end, and closed up 40, but still it was a lot of positive action today, and we ended up buying. So we have 23 positions on, 14 of them are positive, 9 are negative. It's about what I would normally expect, but to have 23 positions and only $4,000 in profits, that can just melt in seconds, literally. And yet, the flip side to that is if we have some decent follow-through tomorrow and some buying coming into this market, those 23 positions could go to a lot of money for us. So it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to think too much about it. I might not be able to sleep, but regardless, you can't complain about today. It sure beats what we saw yesterday. So let's hope for the best. Let's take a look at the charts. Okay, we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and you can see here these were our previous all-time record high for the Dow. And then we've had, like 3 days of pullback sideways action, and that was definitely eclipsed by today. The thing really took off, and you can see, this is a lot higher up here than those previous highs. So obviously we did set new intraday highs on the Dow. Actually, I think the closing price is a record high too. But the thing that's got me bugged is look at this at the end. I mean, look at this last 15-minute bar here. That's a lot of selling, and if you look at this, there's a tremendous amount of selling. The last 45 minutes, it still ended up positive, up 40, but somebody got spooked here, and somebody started thinking, like I've been talking recently, hey, this thing just isn't going to hold up, and it's time to sell, take profits, short, whatever they were doing here, they were doing a lot of selling. So you know, the conventional thinking on this is that that doesn't look very good for the Dow, but at the same time, you know, I don't like conventional thinking, and I'm almost looking at this and thinking that maybe there was a bunch of people that kind of got their wires crossed here, and this thing is going to go higher tomorrow. That would certainly kind of confound traditional analysts who might look at this and say, hey, look at all the selling at the end of the day. This thing is probably going to tank. We'll have to see. You know, you've heard me say before, I'm not very good at predicting what's going to happen with the Dow Jones Industrial Average, but I'm just offering these comments to think about. I'll show you just a couple interesting trades we had today. This first one is in InvenSense. And wow, just look at this chart. We had bought this thing yesterday, and we basically bought the high tick of the day, and it didn't look good. I mean, you know, it closed decidedly against us, so this was a bad negative trade yesterday. And one of the things I was moaning and groaning about, well, look what happened. I mean, this thing just took off like a bird, and we got way up here, and then we backed off. And where we're here right now, we're holding about $3,000 positive on InvenSense, which is still a pretty darn good trade. Up here, we were up over $6,000 up at this peak. So we saw our profits cut in half here about the last 2.5 hours of the day. So I would sure like to see this thing get back up here again tomorrow, but again, I'm not sure what's going to happen. There's obviously a lot of you know, tug of war here between the bears and the bulls, not only with InvenSense, but with just about everything else, and you can see that reflected in the Dow. So tomorrow's going to be a really interesting day. I guarantee you tomorrow's not going to be boring, but I am a little I'm a little frightened about what could happen with 23 positions on. Okay, and talking about being frightened, let's look at this. This is SUNE, that's Sun Edison, and you know, we buy gaps. I've told you that, and buying gaps is scary, and this is a gap of all gaps. Hey, Sun Edison closed up just a hair short of being up 30% today. And so when we jump into this thing up here, you know, we're really buying the top, you know, we're buying right at what almost looks like the end of the run, but it actually turned out not to be the end of the run, and we are holding, you know, getting pretty close to $4,000 in profits here. So this is a very profitable trade, but again, we're really hanging up here, and it makes me a little bit nervous, but this is actually the most profitable trade we had today so far. But we're holding this thing tonight and tomorrow morning, and all day tomorrow is going to decide exactly how we make out in Sun Edison. So it was certainly an interesting day, volatile markets, and we did make some money today. So let's hope we get some follow through tomorrow. Anyway, this is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday.